Okay, so back to an oldie but a goodie. We talked about the creation of life, and in the movie Expelled, Stein talks with Richard Dawkins, and in this clip, he explains that aliens from another planet who were themselves the product of evolution then came to this planet and designed us and seeded this planet for life. So, uh, it's quite ridiculous in my opinion. But take a listen at Richard Dawkins.
So you have no idea how it started,
No, no, nor has anybody.
nor has anyone else. What do you think is the possibility that intelligent design might turn out to be the answer to some issues in genetics or in evolution?
It could come about in the following way. It could be that at some earlier time, somewhere in the universe, a civilization evolved by probably some kind of Darwinian means to a very, very high level of technology and designed a form of life that they seeded onto perhaps this planet. Now, that is a possibility and an intriguing possibility, and I suppose it's possible that you might find evidence for that if you look at um, the details of biochemistry, molecular biology. You might find a signature of some sort of designer.
Wait a second. Richard Dawkins thought intelligent design might be a legitimate pursuit?
And that designer could well be a higher intelligence from elsewhere in the universe.
Well,
but that higher intelligence would itself have had to have come about by some explicable or ultimately explicable process. It couldn't have just jumped into existence spontaneously. That's the point.
So, Professor Dawkins was not against intelligent design, just certain types of designers, such as God. So the Hebrew God, the God of the Old Testament, he doesn't exist in your view.
Um, Certainly, I mean, that would be a very unpleasant prospect.
And the Holy Trinity of the
No,
New Testament,
nothing like that.
Do you believe in any of the Hindu gods? Like
How
Vishnu?
can you ask such a question?
You don't,
how,
right?
how could I? I mean,
People,
what?
So we see here that Richard Dawkins has made the statement that a being from another planet could have possibly, in his words, come to this planet and seeded life on this planet, but that being had to have come about through some type of Darwinistic evolutionary process. So, in other words, you know, they had to evolve, and then, of course, the obvious flaw in this theory is if they evolved, why couldn't we have? And if you know, if we were designed by them, then who designed them? I mean, this is quite the circle of logic. I mean, it's just ridiculous to think that this theory has credence for anyone. Um, and it's certainly even more ridiculous to believe that someone would be. It'd be foolish for you to say that you put more weight on that theory than the fact that maybe, just maybe, God, yes, the God of the Bible, the one that I so adamantly preach that that so many people so adamantly kick against, maybe he does exist. I mean, just think for a moment. Just I only got about a minute left, so just take 1 minute to think. Maybe, just maybe. I mean, in the infinitesimal little reaches, corners of your mind, just and I'm stretching here to try to make it seem like such a minuscule amount. I mean, just maybe there's an infinitesimal little possibility that God exists. But here's a man that would rather say an alien who himself evolved seeded this planet for life than to say possibly the Hebrew God, the God of the Bible, does exist. I take all comments, I post all videos except for those with profanity. I'd be very interested to hear what every side of this argument has to say. Thank you very much for watching, and happy YouTube.